Hey guys, it's Kane here. This is day number 2 of learning how to skate. And in classic UK fashion, it's raining, so I can't skate. So what I'm going to be doing instead is watching Skate IQ's The Easiest Way to Ollie, for the simple reason being I can't ollie. So I think it's a good way to begin. I can't skate. Well, I may throw in like a little bit of me ollieing if it dries up a bit later, but yeah, there's going to be no proper skating today. But hopefully I can add a bit in there. Yeah, let's get straight into the video. Don't want to bore you too long. Hopefully this can help me improve.
Let's take it slow, improve the skill set that we have, and make it as easy as possible. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Let's get to it. The ollie complex that we'll be doing today starts with a hippie jump. Then a hippie jump where you lift the nose and don't hit where you do hit the tail on the ground.
I don't think I can even do that.
And then we're tail on the ground.
So maybe that's where we need to stop.
And then we're gonna turn that into an ollie. A lot of what we'll focus on today is how to go from the hippie jump where your tail is just bouncing on the ground into a really nice ollie where we get the board to flatten out at the top. Less basic thing, but it also takes the most discipline for beginners to have a good foot position. Every time you step on the board, look down at your feet, see where they are, and deliberately place them where you want them.
I just feel like, at what point is it that you're comfortable on the board? Because I feel like, even now, going into an ollie, I get this like jittery feeling. Not that I'm nervous to fall or anything, but just everything doesn't feel right as soon as I start dropping down. So maybe we'll go into it more. Maybe I spoke too soon, but if you know anything, let me know.
When you're putting your feet on the board, I want you to make sure that you're not hanging your toes off the toe side rail and that your entire foot is on the board. It's okay if the toe placement will be just underneath the front bolts, or you can even touch the front bolts if you'd like, but as your feet get wider, it gets harder and harder to pop. As your feet get more narrow, the balance will become more unstable at the bottom of your ring. Too narrow, you're gonna lose your balance. Too wide, it's gonna be hard to pop. So you'll have to find the sweet spot for yourself. Something that every skill level should practice. When you're initiating the hippie jump,
subjective, that's what
make sure that you're against the board to get the power to jump.
Yeah, I want to practice some hippie jumps soon then.
Leaning off of the heel side,
I didn't realize
you're
they
not
were
jumping off
so
of the
vital.
toe side to get these jumps rolling.
But it makes sense.
And at first, you're just gonna have to look at the board. And when you're skating, you can see if you're going in a straight line, or you can see if you're swerving unnecessarily. And as you initiate the jump, you'll get really good feedback can put the board like in the crack, on so it which doesn't move direction when you try you're more likely to turn. Really focus your energy on holding the board flat. That's how we get our power up in the air. If you're squatting and tipping forward or backwards, you're gonna lose power in your jump. You're killing and leave the ground, and you can pick up your upper body at the end, but that will happen naturally. I spend most of my energy keeping my upper body still and just pushing into the legs, okay? We would call this something akin to a partial squat, straight leg jump. And that's what we're gonna do to initiate a lot of these hippie jumps. Straight on from hippie jumps and go into the next thing. But please take your time and just go practice it. I mean, the bar is so low. Practice it for like a day. Give yourself like 1 hour and work on each of the things that I mentioned. And into an ollie is largely determined by which direction you're moving your feet.
Which I knew already, but
if you're popping the tail on the ground and it's bouncing in the air,
see the timing.
You already have enough force and to flatten it out. It's just how we go about doing it that's the hard part. So if we look at a handle down and a little bit backwards, this is to help bring the nose back into me, making it easy to flatten the board out.
I think a lot of the time
You'll also notice that my back foot doesn't touch the ground because that would trap the tail to the ground, making it impossible to pop.
feel the top, then jump.
So
Like,
once you find the
don't know, I'm
direction that you like pushing your back foot into the ground to control your pop, then you can start adjusting your front foot direction.
yeah, so you want to slide and bring your knee in so it sort of brings. Yeah, I've never even thought about that.
A little bit to the inside towards your center line, and you let your foot roll to the inside of your knee. This is counterintuitive because, well, the whole slide your front foot thing makes you think that your front foot has to go out here.
It even makes the messy ones look clean.
So considering that the nose backwards a little bit and bring your front foot up and
It's
back.
almost
Now we have
simultaneous.
both of our feet
Just slide
moving
with it.
up and backwards, allowing us to then lightly push on the board to flatten it out. I see all these comments that are like, you literally just slid your front foot. Okay, my front foot will go from here. It will go up. Without the board, it's going up, and then the front foot is rolling back under the knee, and then it's up to you how wide the air, and if you ignore the board, it's going up into the air, going back under the knee, and then I can set it down in the middle of the board. So there's a very small movement forward with that front foot at the top, and it's paired with that upward motion to flatten it out. And it's facilitated by getting the board going up and backwards into both your feet at the top. Now that you got the spiel on everything that we're trying to accomplish, I'm gonna give you a couple of drills so you can practice it yourself. Drill one is just a dynamic ollie while you're rolling forward and focus on popping and sending your back foot backwards a little bit as you pop, and bring that nose up into you as hard as you can. Don't think about trying to jump as high as you can. Don't think about trying to get the board up into the air. Maximum pressure.
I don't know what it is, but just even watching skating just it makes me happy.
Right here, you're in good shape. Most people try and push down and forward. It makes it really hard to get the tail into the air.
Looks like me.
So that means we're bringing the nose. And I think it's gonna be really helpful. You can also practice it going fakie. The biggest problem that people have with fakie ollies, they leave the board behind. But if you think about exactly what we're talking, up and around, and then set it down in the exact same spot. And then try this same motion when you're doing an ollie. Okay, it's gonna start in a comfortable spot, go up to the inside, up and over, and then we'll set it down. You're gonna be searching a lot for your front foot path while you're practicing this.
I just want to get
That's
out now,
okay.
man.
You've never paid attention to your foot path ever before. All you've tried going on. So if it's confusing, if it's hard to connect your brain to your front foot and to change your foot
I just need
path,
to get out, practice
that's all right.
hippie jumps,
Give
practice
it time, take your
trying all
ollies
types of
slow,
foot positioning,
but spend the time working on it, because that's the only way
all types
you'll
of
ever
timing,
find the foot path
and just
that you
biggest
need.
thing, commit.
All right, that's pretty good.
Commit.
Now that you can put all those skills, good luck.
What a
I'm
guy.
counting on you guys.
What a guy.
So that was the easiest way to all.
Hopefully this helps. From what I'm learning, it's a lot of trial and error, obviously, but I think I just need to sort of sort out where I'm popping, when I'm popping, and also where my feet are. Sort of figure that out for myself. As you said, it sort of can change for everyone. bad though for the pot. Yeah. Ooh. I think I benefit from my fist. I don't know if anyone else does that. I don't know. It's all right. Oof. Yeah. I'm happy with that.